Good morning, Flosstube. Bam here in a whole different spot than we've ever been. Well, we've been in this room. We've just not been looking this way. So, anyway, the reason we're here is this is my bedroom. This is my dresser is immediately behind me, and I wanted to show what my husband made and we hung last night was this picture shelf. Um, sorry, I think there's a cat in here. I don't know. There was a funny noise. Um, anyway, hung it last night. We painted the bedroom. We we painted the bedroom, not me. Last fall, and never rehung pictures over the dresser. They just kept being propped on the dresser, and I kept thinking, oh, I don't know where I want them. I don't know how I want them. I don't know what I want. So there's still much, possibilities for moving things. But the shelf, if you look on Pinterest under and search picture shelf, you'll find all arrays of examples of how people have displayed on their picture shelves. And what is very cool is, first of all, the measurements we found online were that the shelf be about 4 inches. So it's out from the wall, 4 inches, and then it has this little lip on it. So you can put more than one picture in front of the other. And for cross stitch and moving seasonal things, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So currently on there are just pictures that had been hanging on my wall, over my dresser, or sitting on my dresser. I made that one for my husband many years ago. The youngest wasn't even born yet. The other one was the first thing I had ever done on linen, and it was out of a magazine. And the line in there says, "Two hearts shall become one." And the locket hanging was the locket that I got for Christmas when I was 5 or 6. So, both of them in the early 90s. So, they're from that era. And then there's Just Nan, I think tulips, Just Nan, there in the frame that was you could get to go with it. And the rest are pictures. Um, so anyway, that's why we're here, is so that you can see this very cool picture shelf. On Pinterest they show it having a back piece that was several inches tall, and it would give people a place to drill the screws through. But my husband has mad tool skills, so he can drill these like bore holes up under at an angle, and then you screw it in. From here you can see the screw holes, but generally in the room you can't see them, or if the shelf was even lower, you do them from the top in. So there you go. Isn't that cool? I could take all those off anytime I felt like it and put anything else up I wanted and not worry about where there's holes in the wall. So there. So anyway, I have a few things to show. I have been stitching, I think. Well, first of all, I'm leaning into the picture, which now you've seen my shelf enough. We can steer away from that. I went. I accompanied my husband on a business trip to St. Kitts. Spouses are invited. Spouse went. I'm telling you. St. Kitts. It was very cool. I posted a few pictures on Instagram, and then I had some more I wanted to post of the adventurous things that we did, but somebody else was taking the pictures with their phone, and because the internet and being in out of the country, people didn't want to turn their internet on, so I couldn't get the pictures. And then I have not seen them yet. I'm not going to say they're never coming, but anyway, then I came home with a little tummy problem that kept me out of the game for a while, and I was back on my feet and went to a quilt retreat, which I just got home from yesterday. It was right here in town, like maybe a mile from me, in a beautiful location. Don't ask me to do a cross stitch retreat there. I'm not doing it. Not happening. I could give you the address. You could do it, but beautiful location. This quilt shop does 2 retreats there a year, so more than happy to go back. I came home to my own bed every night, so that was really nice. Like I said, it's a mile away. Anyway, so I haven't stitched as much as I think I've stitched, but I will show you what I have been doing. Just yesterday, I took along a tiny bit of stitching. I finished the second of the Farmhouse Christmas. I am leaving the border off. I've talked about that before. I have an idea and a plan for what I'm going to do for ornaments with these. I'm stitching it on a 36 count. I don't remember what it is. Down Sunshine Lane offered a whole big piece if you were going to do them all on one of the 36 count, and I said, could I have 9 little cuts? And so she cut me 9, and it's 36 count. I'm bordering them so that I have the edge to work with in the ornament making, and I picked a color thread that was almost the same as the fabric, and it's about killing me getting them square. Oh my gosh, I don't know, I can't see what I'm doing. And then in the bottom part, because I did it up here in the corner, as you see, I am doing one of Lynette from Homesteading on the Home Fronts quilt block. So I'm just starting the outline, the border of the one. I have the first one done, the first Farmhouse Christmas block done, and the first quilt square in the lineup. I did them with the same threads, the same colors. I'm not anything about the design itself because I'm fond of all quilt blocks and things. It's a function of the overdyed threads that there's not, to me, not enough contrast between the green and this beigey. I forgot its color, sorry. I don't have a pattern here to look. You know, picking fabric, if you were to line up and pick fabric, you would have called these things too much. There's no contrast, but I don't know. There doesn't really have to be contrast. There needs to be contrast between the white and whatever you're doing, but I don't know. I thought they'd come out nice. I'm not picking it out. Not happening. So I got those two done, and then, let me see, did I do anything else? I did, but I don't have it to show you because I took it to the framers, because I picked up a framed thing. This is cool. Are you ready? This is way cool. Early Americans, done with the border. Oh, isn't it beautiful? The frame is a very barn red, primitive looking frame. What's not to love? It is a gorgeous combination. The piece, the frame, the whole thing. I'm very, very happy to have that done. I finished Bent Creek's Soapbox Winter, which was a thing that had been kitted up for years, and I showed it a few videos ago that I had just started it, and then when I got home from Florida, I guess, and I wasn't really ready to dive into anything big, I picked it up again, and then when this was finished at the framers, I just took it, so we'll get to see it in its fully finished state. A couple other little things. I won one of the drawings Michelle Garrett from Bendy Stitcher does, because I like all things nostalgic. So if you don't watch her or haven't seen what she does, she will she'll feature 4, 5, 6 patterns or patterns out of a magazine in a video. And this was one of the ones, the paper dolls. We played with paper dolls when I was growing up, and I always liked paper doll themed things. I've got fabric that's paper dolls. I have a quilt that I haven't made that involves some embroidery that's, I'm pretty sure, paper dolls. You kind of forget these things when it's been a while since you've seen them. So anyway, I won this, so she sent me that. Cute and pretty and all those things. Thanks to a viewer who heard me say that the fabric on one of the websites that sells the fabric for Glendon Place's ornaments all around was very pricey. She directed me to the Glendon Place website where they have the fabric cut more specific to the size. It's 18 by 18, 28 count crystal relic. So it's got some sparkle even through the plastic. I think you can see the sparkle. So the kitting up of this beauty has started with the fabric. And then when that order came in, there was this. I thought this was kind of cool because on their website I didn't see that they did this. They make those dots, the needle minder dots, and they have one for pretty much every pattern that they have. So if you are big into Glendon Place or there's a piece you did you did or want to do or just love, you can get the needle minder dot that's the same. There was that. And then when I was at the Minnesota retreat, I met Penny, a Flosstube fan. She doesn't make Flosstube. And if any of you recall us talking about the little Ort containers that were made by a participant, she made them. That's who made them. So she won this pattern off of, I think it was a raffle, like draw your ticket raffle table. She won this, and so she did it, and she sent me the pattern and the parts and pieces that she had left over. So thank you, Penny. That was very sweet. Hopefully I will get to them in the near future, because I really like the mason jars. I've talked about that before. And then one last thing I have is, if you all watched the Joan and Kelly show, you know, Kelly is a graphic designer, and she has started making bag tags, project bag tags, and I just thought they were so cute, and I ordered this set that says oops and nope and what the, you know, so that you can put them on your project bag when a project has given you a little trouble, it needs a little time out. So the oops one says, you've made me sad, even a bit mad. I'm not ready for another bout, so you're going in timeout, which is funny because I say things are in timeout sometimes. Oh, and then on the back, there's room to write with a Sharpie information about the piece. And nope, not even, it's not even about being sad. I'm just mad. Timeout. And what am I gonna do date? So you can write back on there like, this isn't coming out until whenever. And then she added in there a couple little farmhouse. Whoops. That was me, I'm pretty sure. Oh, these are misfits. She just added them in there. So they didn't quite work out the way she had planned. So she tossed those in my order, which was very sweet. She says, if you write with a pen on the back, I'm thinking a Sharpie, I don't know, that the alcohol will take it off. So she included a little alcohol swab so that you could clean it off. So that's it. That's all I've got. I'm having the burning desire to start everything. I have a feeling it won't be long and I'll pick up something new. I put some more stitches in my Farms of Hawk Run Hollow. I bought Q-snaps. I used Q-snaps. Last night I ended up taking it out of the Q-snap and working in hand, and so the 40 count and I are getting along a little better, but I don't have the piece here to show you. Sorry. I forgot this morning. It's dreary and rainy Good Friday morning. I need to get groceries. I need to do some things, and then I don't have big plans. This is my idea of what you do on a day like today, right? You guys are going to come around a tiny, tiny bit. And really, let's just pretend it's so you can see the quilts. Sorry, don't get dizzy. There's the boys. This is what they plan to do this yucky Friday morning. And they are on the foot of my bed is my winter winter quilt, and it is the king size version of the quilt that hangs over on the wall when I'm in my office. That pattern had 2 size options, king size or wall size. So I made it here, fit my bed. And then this one will have to come down soon because I'm pretty sure winter starry nights are done. Which is not true. It's going to snow more here. So whatever. It's only April. Well, it's March. We get snow in April. Snow all the way up to Mother's Day, and a year or two ago it snowed the weekend after Mother's Day. So there you go. Spring's not even here. So anyway, happy Good Friday. Have a good one. Bye.